Hello everybody and welcome to it. I'm your beautiful host, EvilDragonxxl, joined in the commentary box this dark afternoon in the middle of the night at Singapore by our good old commentary partner, Vectro. Say hello, Vectro.
Hello everyone, I'm Vectro. I will be co-commentator of Evil tonight. Looking forward to the race tonight and let's see who comes out on top.
Indeed. Now, if you're wondering, we should have been at Malaysia, but because PSN died last week, we're now at Singapore again. Because things happened. We'll say it was a mysterious downpour. And we'll say no more. But nonetheless, we're here at a good old Singapore Grand Prix in F4. It's going to be an interesting evening to see who will come out on top under the floodlights here around the Marina Bay circuit. Then we got Solid Ninja, Najiran, Fab, Matt, Tiger, we've got Apple, we've got Kane, Don, Infinity, the Tubby Ninja, Gandhi, and Roadhouse. So far 9 drivers, 12 drivers of course, but that's not to say the race will be entertaining. We are in F4, remember? Do you remember I used to be the F7 commentator, now moved up to F4 because of this man, Mr. Ferrari in the white helmet. Now Ferrari instead of Sauber. A big promotion, wouldn't you say?
A really big promotion. Saying that Sauber is Ferrari's junior team, so to say.
Alfa Romeo. The white helmet, so kind of reminds me of Vettel there. Like the little white helmet there. It looks really nice under the floodlights here as he chucks the car around the circuit. And we're right on board of him then, coming down into turn number 3. And now, don't remember any of the corner names here, but I do know this is called Boulevard of some description. That's all called Boulevard. So into Boulevard they go, and then down into the tricky corner. There's a kind of each block up. Of course, Hamilton and Rabbit crashed there in 2010. And of course, into this little right-hander, Tsumi and Perez crashed in 2011. Into the Singapore Sling, or the ex-Singapore Sling coming up right about now. So they'll shut it into the left-hand here where the Singapore Sling is, well, was, should we say, and then down towards the Annington Bridge. Needs their 5th gear, chucks it down 2 gears, down into 2nd, now brings the car back up a few gears there. Let's see where he will go. It's going to be interesting to see, as we get all our nice things, so we can look at a really nice thing in the bottom corner. Now he's got to come around this little tricky section here into the left handle, then straight into a right, and then to a double left then. About 60 miles an hour, 4th gear, keeps the power on early. Now down into this tricky corner, then under the bridge they go. A very rare corner then, like Monaco, it has a kind of a cane almost there. Under the bridge and then out again and then back under the main road there up above. And then a triple left-hander right where the Marina Bay is to the sea. Chucks it in there, long left-hander. Where can Najiran go? Is he good enough to go on the front row? He is, because no one's still on lap time yet. And he's a hepside snake, so great lap from the Swedish driver.
Let's look at Tiger cars because he is coming into the final sector right now.
Indeed, the McLaren sliding out on the exit. And let's see as he comes to the last 2-3 corners. Triple left-hander. Has the car just about wide enough? Does he go up to pole? 4th place. What a debut for Najiran right now. What about the other Ferrari? Baba. No improvement there. 2 seconds off the pace. As Matt comes into the pit lane. Don crosses the line.
Infinity is finishing his lap time right now.
5th place.
Moves up to 5th place.
Who else is on the lap then?
Oh, Don Silva locked up and he's in the wall.
Yes, Don Silva. That is a turn number 2, I believe that is then. So he's locked up very straight into the wall there. Halo would be needed there. But very mysterious way. You must have caught it there. What happened?
He locked up into the corner and he just went straight on. And that's his qualifying over.
Indeed it is. Well, Tommy Ninja and Roadhouse still yet to finish their laps then here as well. They will be doing so in a few moments time then as they go over the Annington Bridge as Tommy Ninja go down a few gears into 2nd. Well, the Toro Rosso beautiful under the Marina Bay floodlights. I do love this car. I've said it many times and I'll say it again.
Oh, Coronel, I'm sorry to disturb you, but Coronel just hit the wall on a very tight corner before the main straight, back straight, and he just got away with it. But it looked quite a like quite a hard tap.
Indeed,
It
well,
doesn't have any damage.
Yeah, get away with exit the Allington Bridge there, that would have been. So he'll be lucky if he hasn't got any damage, of course, but never mind that. Looking at Tubby Ninja, who's coming through the last two corners now then. He's way down on his lap time, by the way. This is not a competitive lap time at all. It's in the 150s. So you wouldn't have to have a lap time. It's very interesting stuff there.
Might have been invalidated.
Been.
Roadhouse coming to the last corner right now, and he's going into the pits.
Sauber.
What a shame for Don Silva. He didn't even get to set lap time.
Mercedes stuck.
There's a lot of bad luck. There's a car ghost inside of the pit lane. Oh, he has to wait for his teammate.
Yes, that's the Mercedes. So that will be, I believe.
They're all a bit of in the way for each other.
Yep, they're all tripping over the top of each other. Never mind that, they'll still get away with it in the...
You never see that from Mercedes. Nobody are very professional.
But today, unfortunately, they are not. Getting away there as Tubby Ninja comes through the East of Allington Bridge. Now, also we see Allison. I don't remember what it is, but it's one of them. Course, but if you are just joining us, welcome.
Also, Nazirun is going out again for his second run. Ooh, Tiger got a slide there. Yeah, can I be heard?
Yes, you can be heard. That was I just checking. 4 minutes to go in qualification, remember. So if you're just joining us live, welcome to the Singapore Grand Prix under the Marina Bay floodlights here for this good old F14. And, well, the surprise of the afternoon is Nazirun, currently in pole position in the Ferrari. Ahead of
you can really see why they made the choice to moving up from F7. He really belongs in this league.
Perhaps even F2 or F3, we don't know. Only time will say. But the young prospect in the Ferrari, truly showing how he is capable of going from the assistants all the way up to F4 in a matter of a few months, and this is a remarkable experience to see.
A bit of Leclerc-esque.
Indeed, like we say, but the young, technically I would call him a Ferrari protege because he was in Sauber, of course, if you remember. And now in the Ferrari, of course, being upgraded. Teaming, of course, to, I believe it is, to certain, it's one of them. Tommy Ninjalo in the...
Ninja's almost out of fuel. He is on his in-lap again, but he's driving really slowly. I think he is critical on fuel.
Indeed. Now, the question is, who is going to improve and who can get themselves ahead of Nazirun, who's currently the shock of the week. I mean,
don't
these guys...
count Ninja or Advanced Apple out yet, because they're still on the outlap and they will start a new lap soon. While Matt is starting his lap, his first run actually, well actually his second run, but his first real attempt for a lap, because the first one got invalidated or was just too bad that it didn't get recognized. Oh, there's another car in the way. He has to get out of the way there.
Kane. So he'll go through him there. Chucks it left.
It might have distracted him.
May have distracted a little bit, but I'll come down to Boulevard then. That's it in. The Force India lighting up the sky in pink. Here then, as he comes through, little left-hander runs a bit wide there. We'll get away with that then. Down into the right, and then into the other left then they will go. Keeping to the racing line quite well there on the exit. A bit of a slide there. You can see they're running very up to the wall then. Now to the Singapore Sling, or the ex-Singapore Sling. I think it is still called the Singapore Sling. Through they go, then into the right hand a little bit there. Then down to the Allington Bridge then, or Allison, whatever way you want to call it. Chucks it in there, heavy on the brakes, down to second gear. Chucks the car in, the front end snatching around and getting a bit of a wiggle on the exit then. Now down towards the little area of Schumi and Burncrest in 2012. Manages to get through that corner well as he can. You can let the car run a little more wide there if you want.
Almost a corner there. Oh, very close to the wall.
Yeah, very close to the wall there. Gets the car turned in. Front coming around quite beautifully there. Last few corners. Can he get that car off what is the technical back row there? Or the second last row on the grid? Come through the last corner. It's looking like a great lap. It's going to be very fast. P1, what a lap!
P1, professional pole. Now let's focus ourselves on Infinity's HD. I think it's coming to the second sector right now.
He is coming towards the grandstand area. He's got to keep the child chucked in and hits the wall a little bit there. Louts the inside.
The wall there.
Last two corners. Let's see, where can he go? Improved from the Roadhouse, by the way, up to P3. Yellow flags as Gandhi seems to have gone off, we believe. Yes, Gandhi goes off in the tunnel. Gandhi off in the tunnel. That's the last thing you want to see. The Mercedes has torn the right front off.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit of Rosberg. Oh, his wheel is going to the ground for me. That's a really nasty position.
That might bring in the quali.
Let's see.
Yellow flags are now gone, so what can the Giron do then? Comes through the last few corners, almost taps the wall, does tap the wall there. Now through this last corner, gets the car just about turned in. Front end comes around, goes over the curb very aggressively there. And Roadhouse is retired as well, so his issues going around though through the last two corners. What can Giron do then? Through the last sweeping left-handers. Almost completely flat there on the exit. Can he go to P1? He can't. He can't. Matty D will take pole position then.
Roadhouse didn't crash, by the way. He just retired from the session.
Well, yes, Matt then gets pole position. Doesn't seem anyone's improving.
Tire can't. Can we do something? No, he can't. Yes, he moved up to 6th, I think. Canal Yonda, he's still on a lap. Ooh, very wide there.
Massively wide there. But it is pole position for the old dog then, and Giron will be in second place. So the good man, the one who's leading the championship, Matt ED, is on pole position in the Force India. But remarkably on his debut, Giron is P2. What a surprising lap there is. Roadhouse, a great third position ahead of Apple. Then it is Solid Snake. Tiger is in 6th, Kane is 7th, Ninja is 8th, Infinity 9th, 10th is Baba, Gaddafi is 11th, sorry, Gandhi is 11th, and Don is 12th.
Gaddafi is 11th, you don't hear that often.
Apologies there, but mixing my words up.
Well, his name is Gaddafi, so...
Gandhi?
No, it actually says Gaddafi.
Does it?
Yeah, it actually does.
Oh, it does? I was calling him Gandhi. Oh, my apologies,
well, I think
Gaddafi.
I think Gandhi, I don't know, Just call him Coronel or Core or something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
They always know you won't offend people.
Yes. Well, never mind that. Well, only a few minutes to go till the race starts. 22-second live commentary for the Singapore Grand Prix, brought to you by EvilDragonxxl and Vectro 666. But as the immortal
10 seconds to go till the race starts.
Indeed, as the immortal words of our another commentator we normally take, time to grab your popcorn. It's go for the Singapore Grand Prix. And here we are then. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go, and the Ferrari gets a good start. And going for the lead, straight away the Ferrari off the front row. They seem to all get through turn 1 correctly. Toro Rosso and Sauber banging wheels behind, as the McLaren's hunting behind as well. But great start. Keeps the position where he is, and followed from behind we've got the likes of the Saubers and the Toro Rosso and the McLaren's battling together then, as they go down the hill there, Rhea, into the boulevard for the first lap. Sauber and Toro Rosso and McLaren all very close together here, as the Sauber tries to the inside immediately of Apple there, but no, Roadhouse can't make a move there, and the two McLarens further behind. Further back there is almost contact there between one of the Toro Rossos and a Renault there down below back. That must be Tubby and Kane there, almost banging rows. Indeed it was. But through they go. Now getting a car back, Kane down the inside into the Singapore sling. We imagine he may have to lift off there. He keeps down the inside and touches tyres there. And now another position is going to be lost there. The Mercedes is hunting away there. Gaddafi and Infinity there challenging already. The Toro Rosso drops 2 positions in the space of about 3 corners there.
The Renault is going on the inside of the Mercedes of Infinity. Don Silva was that. There was slight contact there.
Yeah,
He's
Don
back on the
Silva.
field.
Going back is Baber as well. Matty D leads this race low, heading to Giron. Apple, Roadhouse. Solid Snake there is in 5th position ahead of Tiger, Kane, Coronel, Tubby Ninja, Infinity, Don and Baber, who we're looking at, trying to go down the inside of Don indeed. He is, but can't do it yet.
Matt is already storming past he already has a lead of 2 seconds almost.
Yep, 1.7 as you indeed say. Looking at the back low, going well so far. 12 drivers in this race, but already so far so good under the lights of Singapore. Barons are running a good 56, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They are not as good as in real life, but
well,
they are
I'd
there.
say they're better. I think they're better than real life, but battle going on here still between Azir and Apple and the Sauber of Roadhouse. Let's see whether they can go and get positions further down.
Into Mercedes, but you said Sauber then. Yes. My apologies.
Indeed, as further back in talking about Mercedes, Infinity and Tubby Ninja and Colonel Gaddafi are all battling down the back.
The Sauber is looking at Advanced Apple there. It was very close.
Indeed, all very close together here as Baber gets past Don there. So Don, has he gone a bit slowly or got a mistake there and has lost a position?
Matty almost in the wall there. He was quite close to the wall.
Indeed, Kane starting to challenge Tiger here a little bit. Now he's under 2 tenths. He's very close up. So is Infinity as well. To the back of the Mercedes of Tubby Ninja. What do we say? The Toro Rosso.
He cut the corner there.
Yeah,
Tubby Ninja looked like he cut the corner a bit.
Perhaps so. Kane trying around the outside under the bridge there where they went. But right to the outside there. For better of it. But the Renault definitely challenging as Matty D sets a fastest lap of 1:41.7. Great lap for him as running wide a little bit goes Kane there. Gets the DRS open this lap. Remember. Goes right up. The Renault definitely seems to be a slightly more lowered downforce than that McLaren it seems. You can see straight away on straight lines the slipstream effect really coming to fruition there. As it comes down towards DRS.
2.5 seconds already.
Yeah, indeed, 2.5 seconds. I think we might have a first DRS move then as here goes Kane to the outside there. Almost gets squeezed up against the wall. And now he'll go to the inside then. Down the inside, the McLaren's not going to hold it there. Slide, slide, slide. Doesn't lose the position in the end. Or maybe not. Down the inside. He's not giving up yet. Now he gets a big wobble.
Coronel is catching up because of the scrap, and so is the Toro Rosso behind him.
It's Coronel catching. So is the pack behind, as you said. But a good scrap there going on for 6th position there. As Tiger and Kane battle out there, and Kane eventually getting ahead. Tiger locks up, almost runs into the back of him.
The Toro Rosso almost hit the back of the Mercedes there.
Indeed, now Kane starting to open that gap up a little bit there. And the Toro Rosso goes straight on, almost hits the back.
He braked a bit too late.
Indeed, getting far too aggressive on those brakes there, locking up both those tyres. And what's that for the other Mercedes of Infinity behind?
It's really astonishing how they can keep the cars on track with such a high speed. Don Silva has had a mistake, by the way. He is all the way in last.
Yep, dropped back a few, about lap ago. And now the back has really taps the wall there a little bit there.
Lost it. He almost hit the wall on the inside. A really big snap of oversteer into the last corner.
Oh, contact! Sorry to interrupt. Contact. Infinity's running to the back of Tubby there. Gets no damage though, but running into the back. Really pushing that Mercedes into the back of the Toro Rosso. And they do make contact there. And 3-second time penalty for Gaddafi for multiple warnings. So that is not good for him. DRS activated for Tubby Ninja. Is he going to make a dive here? He's close enough, but I think he's brave.
No, not close enough.
but definitely...
Don Silva is in the pits. I think he got damage. Now he's going on the soft tires.
Indeed, very interesting strategy on the opening laps there. As we're looking at the Mercedes and Toro Rosso is having a battle there, and the Mercedes, Toro Rosso, Mercedes up the road, and McLaren just sitting ahead. As Infinity tries the inside, and Tommy hits the back of Gaddafi, I believe there, and now under pressure to the outside. And does he round the outside? Yes, he does. What a move from the Mercedes, and still has to cover on the exit, but does get through. Fantastic move there for Infinity on Tommy Ninja.
How did he find the space there? It's truly astonishing.
Indeed, perhaps a bit of teamwork there, because of course Gaddafi slowing down Tommy Ninja to allow Infinity to get the position. I believe of course Gaddafi has a penalty, and in the wall has gone Infinity there, tapping it. That is not going to help him though. I don't think any damage this time. Still, we've all got our 12 runners in this race. Lap 5 of 31, and Matty D leading by 2.7 ahead of Giron, and an advanced apple and a 5-second stop-go penalty for Don Silva for exceeding track limits.
It's not his day, it seems.
Maybe not. We've been told there is a... That's why.
Matt is slowly building up a lead, but not so fast at as the opening few laps. So it might be that Nazarian is pushing, or Matt is slowing down a bit after the start. So maybe later if I will...
Sorry to interrupt you. Mercedes battling here. Mercedes are swapping positions there as Infinity gets ahead of Gaddafi there. Gaddafi lets him through there, down into the braking.
Team order, you think?
Yeah, it must have been a team order. Definitely lift off there, but we do know Gaddafi has got a penalty as well, so perhaps doesn't want to ruin his teammates' race. You can see the gap already massively opening up there by at least about, well, almost a second straight away. And Infinity on an absolute charge right now from where he qualified there, down about 10th position. And Bab has been given a penalty as well, so trouble right down the back there, it seems.
From 2nd to 5th is really close together. That's a group we really gotta have our eyes on, because they look very close. One mistake and can all swap up.
Indeed, like saying Nazir and Apple and a Roadhouse here, who dropped down from 3rd on the grid down to 4th. See there, the big runners and losers in this race so far. Nice things up, of course. Everyone apart from Don, who's gone on the soft tyres and on the super soft, he's gone straight to the soft. So going to the end, we believe, straight away, will be a very interesting strategy there.
The gap up front is staying the same. Swings from 2.6 to 2.9. The Toby Ninja made a move on Colonel Gaddafi.
Yes, he
I didn't catch that move, but I saw it popping up in the standings.
Indeed, so Gaddafi's starting to struggle there. I think he's got a bit of damage on that front wing. Well, if he isn't, he is if he's not careful. And here goes Bab going down the inside, down to Boulevard then. This is going to be close, does go through. Now, with that Mercedes, he must have damage on that car. No way about it, he's definitely got damage somewhere on it. Because he's definitely
I don't see any damage.
Seems to be front right, front ring has knocked the part of the front has come off.
Infinity is very close to target car. There's a yellow flag.
That's Kane. Kane in the wall. Kane in the wall. That is down towards the Allington Bridge there, and he's gone off. There must have been contact there, unless he's lost it in a very mysterious position, but a huge impact in that wall there.
Let's focus our attention to Infinity again. He's very close to target card.
Indeed, but what drama in this race on that number 6. Kane out of this race for making a fantastic move earlier on. Into the wall he goes then. For what cause we don't know. We'll have to find out after this race, of course. But unfortunate to say, out of this race he was doing so well. But of course, nothing into anything. Infinity, as you say, losing the rear, but then McLaren also losing the rear. Oh, he's in the wall! Front wing flying!
Yeah, with a front wing.
He'll be pounced here. He's got half a front wing.
Way to right. He's
down
way
the inside.
There.
He'll go down the inside. He'll back out of it there. Tries to concentrate down towards Boulevard, down towards the long little right kink. Then it'll be his best opportunity. DRS zone.
Solid Snake is in the pits, as is Gaddafi. Gaddafi in the pits. I never would have thought I said that.
That Infinity, meanwhile, DRS activated then on Tiger. Tiger goes defensive. McLaren, Mercedes trying to go around the outside. He's going the long way round and tries to press him almost off the road. Does get away with it. Squeezes him hard as he can. The McLaren cannot hold the Mercedes though. Mercedes down the inside. McLaren just about nose ahead. Half a front wing, remember. So he's going to be struggling. And what's out for Tubby Ninja will be catching this group then.
Will be a 3-man scrap.
It will be a 3-man scrap any second there as they pass where the Renault went off. Exactly there. Almost does the same thing. There's a bit of a twitch on there. Duddier not helping him then.
In a different position.
Almost gets tapped by the Toro Rosso. And now Tiger opens that gap up a little bit more to about 6/10.
The Tubby Ninja has to watch his fuel. I just saw his fuel gauge go orange a bit, so
right.
he must be running in rich. So he did just switch it to lean or medium, but he's a bit tight on fuel.
Tiger's made a big mistake there. He's hit the wall, I think, again. He's definitely going slowly this time. On the exit, I think the Mercedes, and in does come the McLaren then, half a front wing. Like we said, we thought he hit the wall. He has hit the wall.
Yeah, too much damage. You really feel when you lose a lot of grip on this track, because you really need to grip.
Soft tyres, so I see in the pit lane. So we say, yes, soft tyres indeed. That is going to be an interesting strategy. He's going to try to the end, we believe, or may go for a very, very aggressive strategy there.
Matt is extending the lead a bit. 3.2 now.
Indeed, as you say. Now, yeah, need 3.1, and Gaddafi another penalty there down the back. It's not going well, is it? I just spotted that.
Yeah, I just spotted that. It's second to last corner. He cut the corner a bit. It's a really strict corner, because you really if you go a bit too wide, it's immediately a penalty.
Indeed, was issues for him. Matt Leeds is almost going off. Was Infinity there running extremely wide there as you look on board with him there as they go.
Advanced Apple is right behind Nezerin.
Indeed, he is now. He's 5/10. He's been catching ever so much in the last few laps. Nezerin nursing, of course, his car as hard as he can, of course. Not trying to go too aggressive on his strategy. Might be able to stretch the tyres out a few more laps than Advanced Apple, but so far on the podium, a great debut for the Swedish driver. And I don't think he would imagine to be this quick, but he really is.
Advance has got the DRS. He will catch up on this small straight.
Catch up, but not enough. 4/10. He really needs to be right behind him, coming out of this corner. And the next one needs to punch it down the straight. You can see the Ferrari just seems to get a better exit there. Giron slightly more brave on the acceleration out of the corners. And that's probably what's going to do him good, as Kane finally leaves the set and probably frustrated after hitting the wall so heavily in a very mysterious fashion. But nonetheless, Advanced Apple trying the hardest, running a bit wide goes into Giron then. But so far a great debut. Number 9, and a penalty for Tiger Lev for multiple warnings. So whatever he's done down the back there, so
the same corner, I think. It's a really strict corner. Very easy to get a penalty there.
Giron under serious pressure low from Apple, then he's right up in the slipstream here as they come into the right handle, and Ferrari v Toro Rosso. Cover back one of the Saubers, that is of Roadhouse, keeping up. He's probably sitting back wondering if anything happens here, if he can gain a few positions here. He's just outside the podium. No update, by the way. Matty D is now almost 4 seconds up the road, pulling away in dominating fashion here. And it's going well for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I think this track really suits him, because oh yeah, we got a yellow flag.
Got Don going off there. Now where is that he's gone off? That seems to be, and he's lost his front
pit, by the way.
Yes.
As is
Advanced Apple,
as well.
Roadhouse.
This will be very, very, very interesting. Infinity's in the wall.
Infinity, yes, last corner. Second to last corner, as we say. So how he's hit that, he's had to be tapped.
Roadhouse. Let's see. Naziran keeps second place, net second place, but he lost a lot of time, even more time to Matt. Matt really profited from pitting at first.
And indeed, solid Snake, by the way. He's going to take 2 positions. He pitted earlier on in this race, so he's on the soft tyres. He's going to go a lot longer, so this has really worked out for him, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of chaos on lap 10. We got a car in the wall, Infinities, unfortunately.
Yes. How he's hit that, he must have been tagged surely there, because unless he's lost the rear.
I didn't catch it. He was on the inside wall, so I think he got a snap of oversteer, and he couldn't catch it anymore. That's what I suspect. By the way, Nazaran has lost those guys 14 seconds to Matt. So Matt has gained more than 10 seconds
he hasn't pitted.
To second place. He has pitted.
He hasn't pitted. Matt hasn't pitted.
I'm quite sure he did.
He hasn't pitted. He may come in the pit lane this lap, however. Yes, he does.
Ah, well, that's my bad. It was very chaotic, so I thought he pitted. It must have been. Oh no, he's the only for India. Well, I don't know what I'm looking at. Don Silva also the pits. Advance is also very close to Solid Snake.
2 and 3 yellow flag, and in the wall, Tiger Kart.
Oh, Tubby Ninja hit the pit barrier. Tubby Ninja hit the pit barrier.
Tubby Ninja out. 2 cars out in the space of about 5 seconds. Carnage here against the floodlights of Singapore. 2 cars out at sync there. And Tubby Ninja, as you're saying, hitting the pit wall. That is the worst way you can go out of the race, in my opinion, there, into the pit lane. And that is real drama then, here in the Singapore Grand Prix. Down to 10 drivers.
Tiger Kart also out of the race, but I didn't see any damage on him. Don Silva's going slowly. Oh, he's just letting the faster cars past.
That will be Naziran, I believe.
Solid Snake under pressure from Advanced Apple.
Well, carnage going on here in the floodlights of Singapore. Lap 11 of 31, by the way. Another 20 laps to go. And already we have 3, maybe 4 vests, 4 retirees. Tubby Ninja hitting the pit wall. Tiger Kart going straight on. Infinity crashing down towards the Allington Bridge. And Kane, what do we say? Kane crashing in the Allington Bridge. And Infinity having a incident at the last 2 corners.
I did catch the crash of Tubby Ninja. And he just locked up into the pit lane and just hit the barrier there on the right side. Very, very, very unfortunate, and not a way you want to go out of the race.
Indeed, you've got Baba in Naziran, and we believe Baba will move out the way of Naziran, yes. Yes, he does on the exit, coming to the pit lane, we believe. And sector 3 yellow flag. Now, what's this for? I believe that might have been for Don getting out the way. Indeed, it was Don getting out the way of the car.
Baba is coming in.
Baba in the pit.
Might be because he was a bit slow inside the pit lane.
Solid Snake still keeping that purpose in ahead of Advanced Apple. Doing so far so good, and we believe Roadhouse has got damage on his front ringler as well. He seems to have lost part of his end plate.
Solid Snake is really close to... No, he's not. No, Advanced Apple's really close to Solid Snake.
Well, he is. Runs a bit wide, lots up. Get away without that. Tubby Ninja leaves Incessant Throttley. Head in hands there after hitting the wall from what was such a kind of good race he was having there, around 6th position, 5th position, doing well. Well, unfortunately, not making it into the pit lane. And out the race he goes, unfortunately, but what carnage here. Like I've said a few times, then Singapore often brings up a shocker. But this time it's a surprise. What a banger of a race so far then. 12 of 31, almost halfway through this race, remember. Lap 15 is going to be around the halfway mark.
Not even halfway of the race and already a lot of action.
indeed. Like we say, 4 drivers out of this race. Could there
Only
be more?
8 left.
8 left already. Remarkable in-to-out ratio. But still, Advanced Apple can't get past Solid Snake. Well, it will be if he does that. Oh, I've passed that one, haven't I?
Very bad exit.
Well, down the inside he'll go. Let's see, does he make the move? Yes, down the inside. The McLaren perhaps thinking better of it. Tries to cut back there. Can't do it now. We'll stay behind, see if we can get DRS and see if that McLaren can blast its way back if he does that.
It's a Honda, what do you think?
It is a Honda, but equal cars, remember. But nonetheless, the Honda has got equal power to the Renault, same as the Mercedes and the Ferrari. However, it seems up front it is the Mercedes and the Ferrari engine. So, I'll be quiet. Nonetheless, further drag down the field, not much going on here there really. There's a few things done right out this race, of course, retiring basically. Well, not retiring, but he's hit the wall a few times. He hits the wall again, nearly. But pretty much the only person not on the lead lap, and ahead, of course, like I was about to say, the retirees of Tubby Ninja, Tiger, Infinity, and Kane, who all had their very various incidents that are very interesting and fortunate. But like I say, Singapore is a challenging track, and we believe apparently like rain was apparent at broadcast, but of course maybe not. As far as we know.
It's some dynamic weather, so you never know. It might swing around in the second half of the race. It's always moving, the weather.
Indeed, but still keeping an eye on the clouds. Well, it's a bit hard because it's night time, but nonetheless we can try and keep our eyes out on the clouds and hope for the best. But what so far the accident is, if you're just joining us on lap 14, you've missed a whopper of a race so far. Well, nonetheless of the incidents going on so far, we're coming to this mid stage of the race where access starts to cool down a little bit, so we can well, we can look back on the early of the race and boy that show was the start carnage.
Yeah, it was really carnage. We got 4 retirees now, all because of oh, we got a penalty for
same corner again. Yep, same corner.
Yep. Well, that was the final corner, I think. Maybe he ran wide or cut it on the inside. But really, the first of the Infinity left, no new retiree yet. The first laps were really chaotic. A lot of action, we got a lot of contact, but no crashes caused by other people. So all own mistakes. We did get a bit of contact, but it's all fair racing, and that's what it counts.
Indeed. Well, of course, we had a few incidents. So if you are just wondering how the drivers went, of course, we'll start off with the first retiree of Kane, who hit the wall at a very interesting angle. Actually, don't know how he managed to hit it, but he hit it around where Fab has just gone through there, around the Allington Bridge area there. Hit the wall on the right hand side before he even got into the bridge, so must have lost the rear end in a very interesting way. And then we had Infinity, who hit the wall coming out of this corner here. He's right on board with Solid Snake here, who hit the wall on the left side there, so it must have pretty much done that. And Don,
it's Don Silva.
Don out of the race as well. And there's another one. 5 retirees. Now, where is that?
That's I can't really see. It's with a lot of DHL signs.
Oh, he's gone backwards into the wall. He's gone backwards into the wall. Yes, he's gone backwards into the wall. Third last sector. Yeah, third last corner. So how he's done that, I don't know.
I have no. How did he end up there?
How has he ended up there? He must have lost it on the curb or something, or there's something. Oh, there's oil on the circuit. We don't imagine oil can be on the circuit, but well, there's how Don retired. We're talking about retirees. Infinity went off the corner later. Tiger went straight on exactly as Shumi and Vern crashed in 2012, if you remember. We went off there, and Tubby Ninja crashed into the pit lane, so not a long walk home for him to the pit lane. But
I have got a dry mouth at the moment, so I will get something to drink. Be right back.
As the co-commentators run out of words, and well, I've done all the speaking so far, but nonetheless, he's definitely doing his part today, and it's a remarkable race. Manny Dilo leading the Singapore Grand Prix, ahead of Naziran, Apple, Snake, Roadhouse, Baba, and Coronel in 7th place. And well, we did almost say Don could be in a retiree. Well, unfortunately, he is a retiree now, so haven't put the commentator's cars on him. But nonetheless, 7 drivers left, and we're just gone halfway through the race. Starts Apple coming through the last corner, but nonetheless, as I believe our co-commentator has returned to the box.
Yes, I have returned.
With his
my mouth is watered again, so...
Is it just water? Did you have what did you have? Is it just water?
Yeah, just water, just tap water.
Just plain water, tap water, the best kind of water. I don't like water, fun fact. I don't like drinking it. I don't like the taste of it. I know that sounds weird, but it tastes weird.
It doesn't have a taste, it doesn't have a scent, it doesn't have a color. There's no way you can't like it.
I just don't like it. I don't know why. I think it's just tap water. I don't like. Well, never mind tap water. Lance Apple is in P3 and Nazir in P2, still living up to his remarkable debut so far. I have to say, it is definitely one of the best debuts I think I've seen in a long, long time.
The gap is not growing very fast.
But
it's only 4.4. It's not going down, no,
yes,
but
it's going up, but definitely not going down. But we say we've got 5 retirees now. If you're just wondering and just joining us, as Matty D gets a penalty.
Matt has got a penalty. So the gap is now actually, let's say, 2 seconds.
1.7? 1.6.
Ah, 1.6.
We'll
almost 2 seconds.
Indeed, very weird there.
Well, he has to have a gap of 2 seconds at least to win the race at the end of the race. Well, no, 3 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds because he got a 3-second time penalty. Duh.
Yes, well done.
So.
Well, nonetheless, it's going well, isn't it?
It is calming down a bit at the moment. They're all gaps. The smallest gap is 3.6 at the moment. But Solid Snake is on the soft tires. So I would expect that Roadhouse can catch up to him. Eventually.
Indeed, well, in the comments we've got Jake TV saying, "Come on, Sal, believer." That is, of course, presumably referring to Najir in there, who, of course, well, got promoted by Ferrari to, well, of course, from Sauber to Ferrari.
Jake TV, I think I raced with him. Is that racing at home?
I think it might be. Don't know. Well,
yeah, I think I raced with him in the GT3 league, but I'm not quite sure.
Well,
or in the ILR. I mean AOR.
Yeah, let's not mix self-advertising. We'll block that out sometime. Don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah, it all ends on R. Get mixed up sometimes.
I just crashed. Well, it's Dom then, isn't it? Oh dear, Dom. It's me. It is me. Oh, nonetheless there, but Gaddafi's going a bit slowly there. No, he's not. It's the camera angle making him look really slow. Sorry there, he's going quite well. But nonetheless, these drivers, of course, we know why they're paid now. 5 drivers out of this race in spectacular fashion. We still don't know what has happened to Don. But nonetheless, that Baba in his beautiful, bright lime green helmet, by the way. I have to say that helmet is very bright. Personally, I like Roadhouse's helmet actually because it's I think that's the oldest helmet you can get on a F1. I think. It might, yeah, it is actually. That is the default helmet, by the way. Fun fact, you can get that helmet all the way back on F1 2011, that helmet, if anyone remembers Roadhouse's helmet there, if you get any good shot of it, but a very old helmet.
Yes, indeed. I'm quite disappointed that the options for a helmet design are quite limited on F1.
Indeed, it would be
I would have preferred something like Gran Turismo.
Yeah, the helmet design, unfortunately. Perhaps in the future, you never know what could happen.
Next game. Not that you can see the helmets. But...
Not that you can see the helmets, but you still, it's quite nice to see the, nonetheless. If you're just wondering about Who's on what tyres? Larry's your little pop-up there. Matt, Naziran, and are on the Apple on the super soft side. Ninja is on the soft, and then everyone else is on the super soft tyres apart from the retirees, which well, not on any tyres anymore. Now 18 of 31, and well, the top two have been having a quite quiet race, I'd say. Up front, not really battling too much with other cars. Back low, we've got a likes of Advanced Apple, Soft Snake, and likewise going up. Only real big loser in this race, apart from the retirees, was Roadhouse, who started third, and now down to fifth place. Big improvements from Baba and Gaddafi as well, of course, jumping up quite a few positions. And a big loser from this race, of course, is Kane, 5 positions down, but of course retired from the race. So can't really spoil the ballot there. Of course, a few others, Infinity, Tiger, Tubby and Don, all retiring with interesting circumstances. Though Don, a big winner out of positions from the retiree race, so I suppose that's a good thing. As Gaddafi gets a penalty again. Not having much fun, is
Can
he?
we see the total penalties? Is there a way to see the total penalties?
Well, what we'll do, we'll go on the race director and quickly, there's not much going on. We can have a look at all the issues. So we'll go through have a look at all the issues. There's quite a lot of them. There's quite a lot of issues there for drivers, unfortunate to say, but nonetheless, it's not gone the worst, but of course, quite a lot of penalties indeed for Gaddafi. I see at least 3, 6, 9... Over 9 seconds of penalty he has got so far. So 12 seconds.
It won't cost him that much because he isn't lost. With 30 seconds.
12, 15. I think you'll get disqualified if he cuts a corner again.
Yeah, it's 30 seconds to Baba, actually.
Well, it's going to be a lot bigger after this race. Well, some say the Marina Bay Circuit can bring up a classic race in real life. If you do remember, the 2017 race was pretty hectic, wasn't it, Vector, in real life? For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, especially the first corner with the flying McLaren and two Ferraris bursting out of the flames together with a Red Bull.
And a flying Ferrari. And, yeah, lots of issues.
Yeah, and a laughing Hamilton and a lot of laughing back markers, yeah. Because everyone just moved up to the field because of the crash.
Yeah, hashtag full sorry Fernando. Could have got a podium.
He took Singapore Airlines a bit too literal.
Yep, he was Singapore Airlines. We've seen the Instagram post he put up, by the way, quite a long time ago. He was in the air and then Singapore Airlines in the background was a logo, and well, he found that quite funny. 6 seconds and Giron has now dropped to Matty D, so Matt is opening up quite a lot in my opinion.
Matt is really on a storming drive at the moment. A bit lonely. But it's the points that matter.
It is the points that matter. Well, like we say, not much going on right now in this race, but of course we'll only see more action going on further in the race. Any comments, put them down in the chat and we will answer them to the best of our ability, so do feel free to put a comment down, like and subscribe if you are new here, and say put a comment down if you want to see here. James saying, I won here on F1 2015 in AOR League. That's, well, unfortunately to say, can always be good, but always better, but this game definitely harder in my opinion than the previous game. 2015 was one of those games that I found always quite easy in my opinion. I found the handling quite good. What do you think of 2015 batch race?
F1 2015, it was very challenging at first because I was used to the 2013 and 2014 handling model, because it was on the PS3 then. It was a very different engine, so it was really hard to get used to. It felt really floppy at first, but when you get used to it, it's really easy.
Yeah, easy with even without assists as well, which is a good thing. Of course,
I never drove it without assist actually. I normally play F1 just for fun, just with medium traction control, no ABS and just manual gears. So I never tried it without assist, but it was quite easy. I think 2016 was quite hard with the controller without assist.
2016, of course, was a big step up in the terms of game quality. I always think 2017 was perhaps a step down, in my opinion, with how the cars just feel. I know they're different cars and all that, but they like sometimes
they have way more grip.
They have way, like, for some reason I feel they have way less grip.
That's really interesting because, well, the tires are way bigger.
They seem to have less.
That's really interesting. By the way, at Sans Apple, he must look out for his fuel. He is catching up. He's really closing up to Mazurin at the moment, 2.6 now, but his fuel is on orange. So I think he's pushing at the moment. He's on rich mix, or switching between medium and rich. But he is catching up to Mazurin.
Indeed, he really is. Looking. I believe I'm gonna presume that was Don who this is in the chat. If it is Don, if it's not, don't worry. But I'm presuming it is. How did he retire? Because we don't know. We presume you've lost it somehow. Had a horrible accident.
No, he was facing the wrong way, wasn't he?
He was really pointing the wrong. You were.
How did you end up there? I mean, I think you spun and then hit the wall on the right side.
Which, if you did, how do you manage to spin there? I suppose you could say the game struggles with traction. It's Ra. I don't know which one that is. I'm confused. Oh, there's Infinity in the chat as well. Well, if you want to put how you retired from the race, that would be good, because we don't really know how everyone retires.
Yeah, we didn't catch it. We did see.
Oh, racing at home. Oh, it is racing at home. Ah.
Who was racing at home?
Well, the one in the chat.
Jake TV.
Yes. Here we go.
Ah, I knew it.
Well, meanwhile, Infinity's in the chat, by the way. Infinity's in the chat, by the way. So it would be good to ask Infinity how you retired, by the way, as we're looking at the chat. Not much is going on circuit. But so Infinity, let us know how you retired, because it was a very interesting accident on our end. We presume you lost the rear end and speared into the wall. That's what I think could have happened. You had contact. Well, it's very interesting to see what happened indeed. Unless Matt leads by almost 10 seconds now, he is really putting on the pressure. And Aziran can't do a lot but a debut to remember. Advanced Apple, of course, he's in third position, doing well. About 2 seconds back, of course, can only close up. He's got a few bits of lap. He's got a bit of fuel in his tank. Now he hasn't again. So really on the limit of that fuel, though. Solid Snake in fourth position. He's a further 8 seconds, and then Roadhouse not really catching up. Baba and Coronel Gandhi at the back. And Kiko saying, go, 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 go. Oh, Babby almost hits the wall. So is it Baba, not Babby, Baba. Almost hits the wall.
Babby. Yep.
Almost gets crushed in the wall. Go Naziran. Well, we do have to say Naziran has truly made an impact in F4 so far, with what is a surprise to me, and a surprise I think to many of us so far here today.
Yes, he has really shown today that that the move up to F4 wasn't a bad choice. He really belongs into F4, maybe even F2, like you said.
Well, I think everyone needs to. I think the top two may have to have moved up at this rate.
From F7 to F4 is really a big step up, and I think he deserved it 100%.
Oh, sorry, sorry, yeah, I did just realise the title does say F4. I have apologised there. I've just realised that I changed it, and for some reason it's changed back. And we'll change that after the stream, unfortunately, to say there. But
What is wrong with the title?
it's gone through. It's changed. I put F4 on the PS4 to do it, and it's changed back to F7. So that's not gone well. Apologies there. Unfortunately, to say.
Well, it is F4. We can assure you this is F4.
Yes, we can. Damage model is really weird. Just hit the wall slightly at God total. Hit brake after losing the end of the wall like 2 kilometers an hour. When you hit at 200 plus, nothing happens. That is true. The damage model is extremely weird. But like I said, we will change the title at some point later on. So don't worry, it will change to.
Yeah, probably when you hit the whole wall harder, the game has smaller time to think. Yeah, less time to figure it out, and then it just scraps itself, and then just think, oh, no damage.
Indeed.
And when you hit it very slightly, I think it has a lot of time to think about it, and then it just gives you a lot of damage. It might have to do with that.
Yeah, it could do with that, of course. An algorithm of contact. I've seen is a bit hit or miss because I've had I've lost a tyre at 1 mile an hour before, and then hit a wall at 220 at Baku and nothing happened.
Yeah, only your front wing maybe, with no tyre. That's really interesting. That's also happens to me a lot.
Indeed. Well, only just over 6 laps to go of the F4 tier, not the F7 tier, like the game has, well, like everything said. If he says his wheels didn't even hit the wall, well, that's really, that really shows it, doesn't it? What's to say? Take 2 yellow flags and off! Roadhouse in the wall! Lost the front wing. Now that is towards the Singapore sling. Now that's a very interesting place to lose as well. So he must have got a tank slapper.
Yeah, I think maybe what you see a lot with this game is if you lose the rear end, it's really hard to catch it again, and then you can just end up in the wall.
Of course, no assist, but in the pit has come Gaddafi. A Sauber crashing. I've never seen that before. Huh. Well,
not a single. Oh wait, Ericsson.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, a few laps to go. Well, we don't know where. Well, Roadhouse's race has really gone from bad to worse so far, hasn't it? Then. Out of the people that
I think
finished,
he will drop back to 6th or maybe even 7th. No, I think 6th.
Definitely drop behind 6th.
Definitely 6th because, well, Baba's only 2 seconds behind him, so he will catch him, obviously.
Pass him now. Destroyed Caliber in rest of the car of unfortunate.
Matt has got another penalty. 6 seconds now in total. No, he got a 12-second lead.
He's got a 12-second lead.
Advance Apple is only 1.4 behind Nazera now. He's run 1 second.
He's really catching now.
He's really pushing. This might be a nice battle for 2nd place in the final laps.
Indeed, like we remember Nazera from F7, seems to always struggling at the end of the race, but has got fuel to burn.
Yeah, and Advance doesn't, because I see his fuel flashing into orange all the time. So he has to watch his fuel. So Nazarin has his tires to worry about, Advance has his fuel to worry about.
Indeed, like you say, tires and fuel, but Nazarin, we do know what happened at Spa in F7. At the final 2 laps, his tires went off a cliff, and well, it didn't end well. Let's hope the same doesn't repeat today.
I will check out how many penalties they have, if I can.
Jiren has none, Apple has none either.
Okay.
Check that on. Matt has now, well, a bit of a penalty, but he'll get away, well, he won't get away if he keeps getting penalties, but he's definitely not out of the...
He's got 6 seconds in total now, so he's still comfortably in the lead. But he doesn't have to do that 2 more times, or then he will be on 12 seconds.
And then things are going to get very close. but now 1 second. Advanced Apple closing up a little bit more. Definitely.
1.1 now.
Yeah, definitely.
1.2.
Seems to be quicker right now at the end of this race. Perhaps I believe he stopped slightly, stopped around the same time, but perhaps this has taken the tyres a lot more gentler than his.
There's locked up there.
Yeah,
that's not going to help his tyres.
Yeah, what about tyres? That will not help the tyres, or one little bit. But what a race so far! It's been an absolute privilege to commentate on the F4, not 7, like the stream has changed it to, because it does that. It's clever. Don't know why it's done that, but we'll change it later on so it doesn't confuse every single person. But nonetheless, Najiran doing what he can do so far and showing the world that he truly is a champion. To, if in doubt in the future, this boy, this man, the person we're looking at will be champion in the future. Number 57, I believe it is, on that car. It is 7.
Yeah, he's Kimi and Sebastian at the same time.
Yeah, he is
Number
Kimi and
5
Sebastian.
and 7.
Which is probably just to be an interesting driver, really. It's Kimi and a Sebastian as one driver. I don't even know what
Kimi
happened.
Kimi Vettel and Sebastian Raikkonen.
Sebastian Raikkonen. Interesting. 999 now, only 950. It's going down. It's now under a second. This is DRS territory now. Open. If he doesn't hit the
very
wall.
Close to the wall. He's really pushing. He's really pushing. The heat is on.
The heat is on the cooker, but then out of the corner, Najiran, like we say, the Ferrari blasts its way out of the corner like a, well, many things. I don't know. I can't think of a pun there, but yeah.
It's opening up a bit more. Fastest lap the Roadhouse.
Well, he's on the ultra soft, isn't he? Yeah, he's on the ultra soft. So
let's see that coming then.
Going to
it's
glory.
Dropping back to 2 seconds almost again.
Yeah,
maybe Najiran has found it, or Advanced Apple has a little bit more trouble with the tires or the fuel.
Indeed, Najiran now going at it like a hot potato, and unfortunately,
he's in the pits again.
Oh dear, now what's he done there? He's gone in the pits again, and now why he's done that we don't know, but really not having a good race so far. And that's disqualification there, surely. He's just cut the pit lane line there. I'd be surprised if that hasn't got them disqualified there, but seems to have got away with it.
Down.
I think
he might be retiring.
I don't know what's happened, but that Mercedes has got issues.
Yeah, he is going to retire, I think.
No, he's
he's slowing down.
He's
slowing down for the leaders. Well, not the leaders, but for 2nd and 3rd place. It almost looks like he was retiring.
Yeah, it's very interesting. He's not having the race we'd imagine he would have, unfortunately, but hopefully he'll bounce back in time for Suzuka and what should we say, Malaysia in the next race is, I believe it would be, yeah. Next week, of course, if you were wondering, on the Xbox we are on Malaysia, but because of the issues last week on good old PSN, because it died, we're unfortunately staying at the circuit for 2 weeks in a row. The drivers are pretty warm. They were expecting to go back home and enjoy their time. Unfortunately, they've been stuck here for 2 weeks, but nonetheless, it's probably quite a nice place to stay for 2 weeks, in my opinion. It's a bit warm in the commentary box, I have to say. But nonetheless, the humid conditions are no dear.
Gaddafi has another penalty, 3 seconds.
It's 18 seconds?
He's just racing to get the most penalties without getting disqualified.
How many seconds do you think Gaddafi's got?
We've got a car on the wall. It's Coronel.
He's gone backwards into it.
Nah, he only spun there. He only spun, but then when he wanted to reverse back, he tapped the wall slightly and lost a bit of front wing. Advanced Apple, 8/10.
Yeah, he's catching back up again. We're on the penultimate lap, but in the comments, like we said, how many seconds do you think Gaddafi's got?
I'm going for, let's say...
I think it's 18.
I'm going for 15.
Well, we'll see who wins in that respect in the comments. You can put your comments down. Best win.
The price is right.
Yeah, the price is right. The price is I don't know, but you're right. That's good. Nonetheless, Matty D absolutely dominating the Singapore Grand Prix so far. He's on Ritz revs. He's on the up-soft tyres, going for a gold. He is.
No! Oh no! Advance up on the wall. Advance up has hit the wall.
That's half the front ring's gone.
Yeah, he's not gonna have a shot at second place now. I don't expect that. He was pushing a bit too hard, a bit too eager on the throttle, and he got a snap of oversteer and hit the wall on the inside.
Well, we're on the final lap for your leader, Matty D. Coming through, already on the final lap. The Zero starts his final lap now, 15 seconds behind, but Advanced Apple, he has no real pressure from the car behind. He can nice and take it nice and slowly now.
I'm not quite sure because he has a lot of damage, and Solid Snake started with 10 seconds. He is now 8 seconds behind. And yeah, Advanced Apple is really struggling. I think maybe Solid Snake might have a chance. If he pushes hard now, he is tight on fuel, I see. His fuel is flashing red, so I think he's on lead.
He's on
but he's on 7 seconds now, he might have a shot. He might have a shot, because Advanced Apple is really struggling.
Well, this could be a last few corner casualty here. 7 seconds. Now where he's going to lose the most time will be through this sector here. The last few
through the high downforce sectors he will lose a lot of time. In the final sector he will lose a lot more time.
Well, is he going to be 5-6 seconds? By the way, coming through the last corner, coming through the last corner, we haven't seen much of him because he's dominated this race. Oh, boy, was hitting the wall there. Matty D comes through the final corner and wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Zirin, as the fireworks go off, it's coming through the last corner. What a debut, we must say, from this young Swedish driver. Second position. Now, is it going to be Advanced or is it going to be Snake? It's going to be Apple. Apple's going to get it. Through the last corner, Apple takes third. It'll be fourth for Snake. He closed right up. And then it'll be Baba. Coronel's already finished. Waiting for Baba to come through the last 2 corners.
Not yet.
Still there. Still going. Ferrari in the...
And now it's last corners.
Yeah, well, Coronel's
Gaddafi has finished, by the way.
Gaddafi has finally finished. Baba comes through the last corner. Where is he going to go? He's going to be 5th. Roadhouse is going to be 6th. Right, we'll remember that. The Pretty says this next race will be much better than this is the worst track of the season.
Well, I didn't see any of it. I mean,
now we go to the podium, so we'll go to the podium now. So let's all be quiet for the podium ceremonies. Well, congratulations to your winner today with a 6-second time penalty. Matty D did a great job. Zirin P2, Apple P3, Solid Snake a fine P4, Baba ahead of Roadhouse. Valtteri Bottas got 7th position with 15-second penalty. Don Silva was in. Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton and Nico Hulkenberg are your other retirees today. Well, it's been a fantastic race so far in the Singapore race. I rate that a solid 10 out of 10 for excitement and beautiful racing throughout. Well, Fedso, do you have any final words to say here before we round off the stream?
I wanted to give my respects to all the drivers who competed in this race, because it's very hard to keep the cars on track with a lot of speed, and the pace was really there. So I want to give kudos to everyone who contended in this race. Even if you crashed out, you did a good job, because I really saw a lot of pace from everyone.
Indeed. Well, as this race closes, another one will begin next week in Malaysia. Until next time, we'll see you then. Thank you for joining, and ta-ra for now.